The Chicago Bears blow a 24-10 fourth quarter lead and waste another record performance by Justin Fields. What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything Chicago Bears, breaking down today's loss against the Detroit Lions, in which we once again put 30 points on the board. Heartbreak in Chicago as the Bears blow a 24-10 fourth quarter lead and lose the game on a missed extra point by Cairo Santos. It was another record-breaking day for Justin Fields. He was 12 for 20 for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns passing, with 13 carries for 147 yards and 2 more touchdowns on the ground. Last week, he broke the NFL record for longest touchdown run by a quarterback. This week, he doubled that up and broke his own record with a 67-yard run. He totaled 314 yards, 4 total touchdowns. Fields was incredible again, and the Bears beat themselves. Lions fans will be happy with this one, which is fine. This will help keep them away from the number 1 overall pick next year and bring us closer to a top 10 pick overall in next year's draft. We could have went on a run and won these next 4 games, but I think at the end of the day, even with Justin Fields, it's probably better for the long term if we can somehow get a top 10 pick in next year's draft. This was a game the Bears definitely gave away. 9 penalties for 86 total yards and a missed PAT. Also threw a pick 6 and had a Sanborn interception overturned by a penalty. I believe this was the biggest play of the game. We were up 24-10, and Jack Sanborn came up with a big red zone interception that would have essentially put this game away. Instead, the play call was overturned on an illegal hands to the face penalty by Jalen Johnson, and the Lions had new life. They would go on to score, and then the next drive was a pick 6, and instead of this game being over, a quick turn of events put the Lions right back into this game. I want to take a moment to talk about Jack Sanborn, though. He had a team-high 12 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. What a game. He also would have had the game-sealing interception if it wasn't overturned. This was a huge game by Jack Sanborn, and I think he showed today what the coaches saw in him when they traded Roquan Smith. Our defense wasn't great today. They were bad even, but they held a top 10 offense to only 10 points for 3+ quarters today, and Jack Sanborn had his best game as a pro and shows plenty of potential for a rookie. This game is yet another heartbreaking close loss for the Bears, but try to turn your emotions off for a second and think about this one logically. It's hard. I'm not sure if I can actually do it, but I can at least talk to you guys about it. We've been in every game we've played this year with a young, inexperienced team, the cheapest roster in the NFL, a rookie head coach, a rookie play caller, a young quarterback who came into the season with 10 career starts, and we just traded our 2 best players on defense. This team still fights and plays tough. It's always been about building the foundation this season. If I told you at the beginning of the year that Justin Fields would show the world his superstar potential this year and the Bears would still end up with a top 10 pick in next year's draft, I would have been super happy with that. I think the difference in winning and losing these close games could end up being a blessing in disguise. Yeah, it's hard to watch right now, and it hurts to lose these close games, but anyone watching that game could tell that we were better than the Detroit Lions, plain and simple. Letting them have a moral victory while keeping them away from the number 1 pick in next year's draft is something that could end up keeping the Lions in the NFC North basement for a long time. Meanwhile, the Bears team getting a top 10 pick and having twice as much cap space as any other team in the NFL going into next year would be huge. I would take that in a heartbeat. I think the hardest thing to watch for me is Justin Fields taking too many hits. I think he took a beating today, and this was not Getsy's best game calling plays. I'll have to dig deeper into it with the all 22 soon, but I did not like some of the calls and even the personnel that was used today. Why wasn't Chase Claypool more involved in the game plan? I still don't agree with having N'Keal Harry inactive either. I would have taken Harry over Pringle or EQ. Harry has 4 catches for 44 yards and a touchdown over the last 3 weeks. Claypool is a much better option on jet sweeps than EQ. I understand he was playing his brother on the Lions today, so if that's a big deal, then I'd hold out Pringle for another week. Either way, I was not a big fan of Claypool's lack of involvement or N'Keal Harry being inactive today. But let me talk Bears fans off the cliff a bit. I know a lot of us are down after losing to the Lions. Don Burr might even leave his mom's basement today. I want to reiterate the 2 reasons why this loss could end up being a blessing in disguise. This isn't hyperbole, this is real talk. We've talked about it all off season long. What is this season about? Laying the foundation. How was that today? We ran for over 250 yards again. The other thing we wanted from this year, Justin Fields' development. Including today's game, he now has 11 touchdowns and 1 interception in the last 3 weeks. He's broken NFL records in back-to-back weeks, and this team has scored an average of 31 points per game over the last 4 weeks, putting up 33, 29, 32, and 30. If we won this game, it's very possible. We could have went on a 4-game win streak as we play the Falcons, Jets, and Packers the next 3 weeks. That would have killed any chance we had at picking in the top 10 and put us in a position to sneak into the playoffs. Man, I always want to make the playoffs, but if you look at this roster overall, getting a top 10 pick to go with all that cap space would be even better. I still don't believe we will pick in the top 10 as we should beat the Falcons next week, and every week we have a chance to win the game. It's still very possible we win the next 3. The Bears were up 24-10 in the 4th quarter today and in clear control throughout most of this game. 31 points per game in the last 4 games. When was the last time you could say that as a Chicago Bears fan? I don't expect anyone to be happy after today. I'm not even happy, but it is very possible that these close losses this year help us acquire even more talent in the offseason next season. Also, even though we didn't get to see it today, Chase Claypool's time is coming. Go watch the film breakdown I did on him last night. It's a great one. As for the Detroit Lions, the Bears beat themselves today, but the Lions will act like they won a Super Bowl. Good game, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with more film work soon. Tons of positives to take away from this one. Stay tuned. Remember to hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.